when we first met up in Korea is he told me that playing TVP is like the Protoss is a bear and the Terran is a guy in a wheelchair with a popsicle stick. That's what the matchup looks like. That's how it feels. You have to use your popsicle stick perfectly and like roll your wheelchair around just right as the bear tries to eat you. But Stork basically has like a series of hilarious quotes that like are similar to this, like about how OP Zerg is in this matchup.
BBZ's the hardest matchup.
It's all the smartest players play it. That's why they don't always win. Okay. It's Stork in the top left. Brood War Protoss. JAEDONG in the bottom right. SC2 Zerg.
Well, JAEDONG can't lose to Glaive Adepts this game, so let's see if he's not going to rage quit his stream like he did that other time.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, a double gate from Stork. Uh-oh. Stork wants this map evened up. He does not want this to be a 3-0. He wants this to be a nice and quick and dirty little 2-gate pressure here.
So this is, this is going to be interesting because, first of all, StarCraft 1 Zealot's pretty good. This is a legit StarCraft 2 build. This is actually one of the builds I was running for a while. You basically keep throwing Zealots at them, and then you make a Nexus. And it's, I don't think it's like the best build, but it's definitely a way to play the game. So how does the StarCraft 2 Zerg deal with that? I mean, you're going to have Queens out earlier. It does seem like Queens are pretty good for StarCraft 1 Zealots. Because StarCraft 1 Zealots, the advantage they get in rushes versus StarCraft 1 Zergs is that you can like take the Zealot and put it behind minerals, or put it in these little nooks where they like Zerglings can only engage like one by one.
Yeah, that doesn't really happen here because the actual minerals are just so open from the backside of the terrain here. It's, you can really only put them in between these little nooks here between the actual minerals themselves, but even that you can get surrounded by both sides. And with the pathing in general, it's just kind of easy to get your lings to actually move back around to get onto those two sides. Whereas in Brood War, you just have it where it's like almost some maps where it's just like a line where like the minerals are all here, and then it's like only this spot and this spot are open, and then you have to try and like move around and whatnot. So yeah, we'll see how these Zealots are able to do here. We also saw in the other earlier game with this interaction is that the Lings can just get the surround on the Zealots in the middle of the map, and the Zealots it's kind of hard for them to just kind of wiggle out and just kind of do their big man walk around to dodge the Zerglings and whatnot. But with 2 gates worth of them, this could be a little bit different.
Okay, so you can see the Zealots haven't really gotten much done so far, but basically the idea is that you're just forcing Zerglings and you're making probes the whole time. So sometimes this can look like not much is happening, but really what you're doing is you're getting more and more probes here over time. And you're also keeping the Zerg off of a third base, ideally. So he's even forking these Zealots out. He just wants to confirm, okay, there's no third base, right? Yeah.
How many Zealots are you going to make in this situation, normally, in a normal Brood War match?
Oh, sorry. What was
how many Zealots are you going to normally make in a
you just
normal
keep
Brood War match?
Maybe like up to 9, something like that. And and then exactly what he does back here. Then you just retreat. You have 1 cannon. And the Zerg's Lings can't really do anything. And so you end up in a 2-base versus 2-base game. But these StarCraft 2 Lings are actually getting some pretty good pairings, and now their speed is done.
Yeah, this is the thing where like the surrounds are so much easier for the Lings, so you actually get the crazy surface area really quickly. And unless you bring those Zealots back as much sooner, it seems like, I mean, they just get surrounded in the middle of the map. This happened in the first game too with Mini versus Solar.
So, even though he lost those Zealots in the middle of the map, I think he's basically okay. But now look at where the Zerg is positionally. It's just 2 hatches, right? This doesn't feel very good for the Zerg.
Yeah.
The layer tech is coming along, but it's not really that fast. And I do feel like JAEDONG's pretty inhibited in like his choices and what he wants to do.
Is he going to go Spire here?
Well,
he's not got a Hydra Den yet.
Yeah, I think he will. I feel like he should get a 4th gas soon if he does.
True. But I mean, like, it seems like the very common play has been these Reaver shuttle plays, right? So I feel like maybe he's trying to get a rushed out Spire to potentially have a easier time dealing with that.
It almost seems like you just want to get a Spire so that you can't be abused by Reavers. But it's crazy. I guess with the tech, how do I say this? Like, the growth, the projected growth for each race, like you just get Reavers faster than anything Zerg can really do, other than like Roach Ravager, right?
Yeah.
So even though you're going from Muta, like they still get to abuse you with the Reaver at least for a little bit. And then the thing is, the Reavers Scarabs are so good that sometimes they just kill enough of the drones that by the time you have the answer to the Reaver, it's too late.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this in any kind of definitive way. This is just what it seems like to me in the few games we've casted.
Yeah, yeah. I'm curious as well, though, because, I mean, JAEDONG has got 5 queens out and a little handful of lings. Is that enough to hold him over for these mutas to pop out? Because, again, this is StarCraft 2 Zerg, so it's not Scourge that are going to be coming out to chase down the shuttle or anything. It's only going to be mutas. And there's no, I mean, there's no Stargate here for the Protoss player as well. So if the shuttle does just die and now there's no pressure on the map and suddenly we have like 10, 12 mutas, are Dragoons and Cannons enough to be able to stop that as a Protoss, do you think?
I think so. I'm not sure, though. Okay, so again, shuttle speed's about to finish, and this is where it's going to get really abusive. The mutas have started, so... Oh my god, it's already 3 kills there.
Oh, I wonder if... Can you kill the eggs? Oh my god.
Yeah, you can.
Oh my god.
Why did I not think of that? Oh no.
All the mutas are going to get canceled!
Oh, the dirt.
Holy moly.
Oh, the filth.
Oh, it's insane.
Oh my god.
1 muta's here. Oh, Halo, I'm 1 muta. I'm going to kill this shuttle. Just kidding. Oh my god, and the lings are getting eviscerated. Thankfully, the queens now are here as well, so that will target down the shuttle there, so killing off everything. But that was a lot of units to get killed off to defend that 1 shuttle, 1 Reaver harass.
That... You know what's funny? You can do that in StarCraft 1 as well. I don't know why it didn't occur to me until we saw it happen that you can do that in StarCraft 2.
Yeah.
That is the thing where if you were in their base and they're going for the super fastest mutas and you have your Reaver there, you're just like, okay, just kill the eggs. I'll take out at least 3 mutas. Man.
I mean, we only have 4 mutas now. This isn't going to do anything.
No.
These are literally useless. This is going to do absolutely nothing except for chase down another shuttle. That's the only thing they can do at this point.
But I think a Dragoon Reaver push just wins the game again.
Yeah. Like, he's got no other units, just only making lings. Again, he's going to try to make Ling Bane, because he's getting the Baneliness, he's getting Baneling speed with this as well, so...
Let's not forget that you could get Corsairs, too. I mean, we're not really seeing them get made, but, you know, there is a very powerful answer.
Well, yeah, exactly, but this game, he's not going to be able to get those out, right? Like,
yeah.
It's going to be so hard to be... I mean, he doesn't even want to, yeah, like you're saying. He's just going to go right across the map with this Dragoon Reaver. Ling Bane is going to defend it. He's making roaches as well. JD doesn't know what to make. This is going to be brutal.
Yeah, this is going to be nasty. It does seem like a lot of PvZs end like this, by the way.
How many units are even on the map right now? 6 roaches and 4 mutas.
And it seems like the roaches are really bad for Dragoons, by the way.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's like not a fair fight in any sense.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. It's a massacre.
Oh, Banelings.
Let's see if these Banelings can get anything.
Let's see Scarabs versus Banelings. It's the ultimate battle of the blowy uppies. So he kills that and he pulls away. He's going to take another base. STORK's so good.
It's a pretty smart play.
Look at how good he is. He just like comes in there, kills that, and he's like, I'm out of here. I'm going to get further ahead.
Yep. Look at JAEDONG. He's like so scared. He's like making spines and everything too. He thinks he's going to get fully committed on.
I like, we're really psychoanalyzing him now. I'm like, look how angry he is. He's making Ravagers. He's so mad. I'm like, oh, but STORK's very scared. He's making cannons. So I think there's a possibility of a counterattack coming up here.
From JAEDONG?
From JAEDONG, but it would really depend on, you know...
What is this? Is this Maelstrom?
Oh my god. Yeah, that must be what that upgrade is. We're going to get a Dark Archon?
Oh my god. STORK styling.
What does a Dark Archon even look like in this mod? I don't think I've seen one yet.
There is a StarCraft 2 Dark Archon model. It's just like it's basically just an Archon that's glowing red.
It's red?
Yeah.
That's so exciting. You really sold me on this one, Gemini.
I'm just saying what it is.
Now, Maelstrom, it's like, how do I describe this? It's like Lockdown, but for bio units. There it is. Zoom in on it. Zoom in on it, Gemini.
Oh, nice.
The Dark Archon.
Da-da-da-dun. There it is.
Or as Artosis calls them sometimes, Red Archons.
Red Archons.
Yeah.
Of course, he only sees in red and blue.
Yeah.
Here come the Banelings trying to deal any amount of damage onto these
Banelings are
Dragoons.
actually not good against Dragoons, apparently.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to split the Dragoons, so maybe if there were more Banelings and not a crazy army disparity, this could have been a little bit different, but I mean, that's still a crap ton of Dragoons. That one Archon in the front should also deal pretty good damage to soak up. The Reavers getting dropped in front will be able to easily pick off some of these morphing Banelings and just the Roaches right at the front as well. Let's see if we get any Maelstroms thrown out. Looks like the answer is no. He's waiting for the perfect moment to throw that down.
I mean, the
and it
Banes are
just
gonna
dies.
Yeah, I mean, it does not seem like he can actually deal with the, oh my god, these Biles are connecting right on top of the Dragoons. The Dragoon Archon is just, I'm sorry, Dragoon Reaver is what I meant to say, is just really good.
That was a nasty Reaver shot. It's still funny because the Protoss, the Dragoons aren't getting microed against the Ravager Biles, but it's just that they're just so far ahead from the early games that it doesn't really matter. They don't really have to micro them. I'm really curious how these fights would look if the Zerg was not getting battered down so hard earlier on.
Yeah. I really like Stork's build, actually. By the way, JAEDONG is going to barely hold this.
Yeah, it looks like he will. No warp pins will make it so that way this actually does fizzle out.
Look at him microing these Dragoons. The shuttle, this is kind of funny to watch. Is he still pushing? This can't.
Yeah,
this has to be wrong.
It's rallying a little bit. He's got some Dragoons kind of just waiting over there. He's just going to send the Zealots.
Yeah, I thought that was over. More Reavers.
JAEDONG's army supply is actually getting quite... His drone count is actually suddenly pretty large, too.
Yeah, I mean, he just
STORK
sort of...
wasn't making probes that whole time, I just realized.
Oh, my God.
He's got, like, no economy. Hold up, is JAEDONG going to win this game?
I think he is.
Wait, what? Wait, what? That's so why didn't STORK make any probes during this whole time? Did he think he was just going to win and just kind of forgot? Interesting. Kind of unfortunate that the Dark Archon also just kind of sat in the front and didn't do anything.
He's going to come
also.
back. That's his brother. Brothers that are going to morph into the brother of the dead Dark Archon.
Okay, we'll try to see if we can get that Maelstrom set up there. He's also got 2 DTs in this this shuttle here with the Reaver.
I think STORK needs to keep making probes, by the way.
Yeah.
He's going to go on 4 bases. He's at 47 workers. This is really weird. It feels like he's almost tunnel visioned.
Yeah. Zerg is JAEDONG, everybody. He is on a barcode, but
yeah,
this is
like
JAEDONG.
STORK versus this really good barcode player.
Oh, the 2 DTs, there's no detection.
Oh, yeah.
There's no detection.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can only get Overseers to see DTs.
Yeah, Overseers and Spores are the only possible option.
Down and dirty. With
no Oracle or no Stargate opener, I guess JAEDONG's kind of just forgotten about the fact that he does kind of need Spores to see invisible units. Oh my god, he kills the Spire with the DTs. There's DTs randomly in the other bases as well, so much for that giant economy lead that we were just talking about from JAEDONG. That's going to get absolutely kicked out of this game.
I mean, STORK doesn't have enough workers, but he is... Oh my god, it's 27 kills so far.
Jesus. How many in total? What's your guess? How many guesses do you think in total? How many drones have died this game?
I don't know. 40?
I'm going to say 56.
50?
Oh, wow. Only 35. Okay,
yeah.
We were both really off there.
We both tried our best to be really autistic there and just know the number, and we both failed. Okay, so the Reavers just continue to do so much damage. And, I mean, it doesn't seem like there's an easy answer for the Reaver harass. So, I mean, JAEDONG did lose a lot of workers. The army has gotten much bigger right now. For STORK. We're going into 4 base versus 5 base here. So late game PvZ.
Yeah, I'm curious how this is going to end up continuing on here because yet again, STORK is just kind of not making probes for some reason. I don't know why he's just staying on such a low probe count. There is the Maelstrom and Storm wombo combo on all those Roaches and Ravagers. Excellent play out of STORK there to get that group of units. Unfortunately, the Archon does get killed off, but the Storms continue to be absolutely ridiculous. The StarCraft 1 Storm animation is pretty crazy here. It looks pretty cool. I like it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, StarCraft 1 Storm, it does damage very, very... well, I guess StarCraft 2 Storm does damage faster, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
It does damage faster, but the overall damage is lower. But StarCraft 1 is... There's more ticks, but the actual overall damage is much higher.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I guess that's another interesting thing about it, whereas, like, the damage is crazy for Brood War Storm, but it takes longer to do it, and with the increased pathing in StarCraft 2, it does technically make it easier to split against the storm as well. So you really have to just be like sitting in the storm itself to take the full brunt of the damage. So that's kind of an interesting interaction there as well.
So now this Reavers are just going to come here and continue to do so much damage. I mean, it's kind of crazy how much more you can eke out with those Reavers. I mean, you're just obliterating so many chunks of these armies. It is still a roaming Stork here at 150 supply. JAEDONG's almost maxed out.
I can't believe JAEDONG's kind of found his way back in this game. Right? I was just so sure he was about to die. Both Reavers getting picked off there. That's actually pretty huge. Those
that was
the only
misplay.
Reavers? There's one Reavers, I think, back at home somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to go grab another one. Archon's here in the front.
That storm kind of whiffs a little bit, but it does actually catch a lot of the units then chasing into the army here, so it's still not too bad.
It's important to note that the StarCraft 2 units are a little bit beefier with hit points. StarCraft 1 Zerg units, like, they die immediately if they're in the storm. So they can kind of power through there. And, you know, I got to point this out. The unit comp that we're seeing be remade here from Stork, and we've seen this kind of consistent with the other players that play Protoss 2, like Mini or even MC, that it's constantly Dragoon Reaver. That's not normal for PvZ in StarCraft 1, but it does seem to be the direction that the pro gamers are kind of leaning into in the mod.
8 Templar being made at a time. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's a lot of gas.
Jesus. Guess some of those will be Archons, some of them will be just for storming as well. Another Reaver getting picked off. Stork trying to get a little desperate with some of these Reaver shots and ends up losing quite a few Reavers here. How many in total? 6 Reavers have died this game.
You know, JAEDONG's getting beaten up here, but he's not shrinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he's continuing to grow on the map. He's honestly done a really good job, you know, surviving all these attacks. But Stork is also growing. I mean, we're getting into kind of a pretty epic spot here for this game.
I still think he should be making way more probes. I'm still confused why he's only at 58. I think he really needs to start taking some extra saturation there to really just kind of propel himself very far into this later game. The splash damage is still going to be a big threat here, of course. JAEDONG can't really ignore that for now. We'll try to get on top of these units that are getting at this 4th base here, but we'll be able to deny that for now. And I mean, the rest of his army, or the rest of his economy is not getting touched very much. So, to be fair, though, he's still also only on 68 drones, which is pretty low for StarCraft 2 Zerg standards. But that means his army is massive because he is max. He's at 131 supply. A lot of his Roach Ravager. He's getting Hydras now as well. I wonder if he's going to go for the Lurkers.
So for Protoss, there's not really more tech to go for. I suppose he could make like 2 Stargates and bank Corsairs or something weird like that, but I don't think that makes sense for what Zerg's doing. Zerg doesn't have any air units.
Carriers are pretty bad in PvZ, right?
Versus StarCraft 1 Zerg, they're terrible because of Dark Swarm.
Right.
I don't know. They could be good in this matchup, I guess. I'm not so sure. This is why this has been so fun to catch, is like I really don't know what to expect.
Right. Crazy Reaver shots yet again. Unfortunately, the Storms are not hitting too much. He almost kills his own shuttle. And that does end up meaning it's going to die to those Hydras, so... yeah, kind of flubbing around the micro a little bit is Stork, trying to get the best engages, but just kind of walking into a few of his own abilities. A bit unfortunate here. JAEDONG, he's not dying, but it's also interesting because he's not actually really taken much else of the game. It's like he's continually denied the different pressures, but he hasn't actually denied any other extra bases or done any crazy harass or anything. He could easily morph in like a couple Banelings and just run it onto the side on one of these bases. Like there's very little cannons or any static need to actually defend against that, and they could easily get some huge connections and totally destroy Stork's economy.
Okay, so he's going to push out again. And, I mean, dude, this is a pretty endgame army. Archons, Templars. Is there a shuttle of storm around that? I don't see it.
No. No more shuttle after the initial one died. Oh, JD's going to just go ahead and go for a counterattack here. This is actually pretty good. I like this play.
I feel like this is what JAEDONG should have been doing for a while here.
Yeah.
All you have to do is, like, you know, the Protoss doesn't have that many bases. Just kill 1 or 2 Nexuses and then run away again.
Yeah, his bank is pretty big as well, so he's actually able to reinforce this once this army does die. The question is, has he been on top of his Queen injects to actually allow it so that he can remax? He's only got 29 larvae, which isn't the craziest amount. Kills 8 probes, doesn't even kill the Nexus. So that's actually a bit rough. He's losing a hatchery of his own as well and doesn't touch the army at all from Stork. So this could end up biting JAEDONG in the butt a little bit here as he is kind of scrambling to remax again on this kind of layer tech army. Bro, wouldn't Broodlords just wreck here? Like, if he had just been going into Broodlords
what if
this whole
Protoss
time,
win Corsairs?
I don't know how Corsairs deal against Broodlords, to be honest, but I feel like it's hard to get enough. Because, like, you can just instantly get, like, 10 Broodlords out of nowhere and just wipe an army. There's no way he would be able to get enough Corsairs to be able to deal with that. Staying on this layer tech army is going to be a little bit, you know, tricky to get into this many storms and this many Archons.
God,
The storms! Everything getting hit by that at the same time. Holy crap, that was insane. The hatchery dying as well. STORK, I think, is going to finally be able to actually bust through.
This is insane. Yeah, I mean, STORK just powered that down. Now, the Archon count's thinning out. Dragoons, oh, never mind, doesn't matter. GG. STORK wins.
Wow. I think that's kind of what we should have seen maybe 15 minutes earlier in the game, where we were like, oh, okay, the game's about to end. You know, he's going to do this one final push. The Dragoon Reaver is going to be too much. But then it somehow didn't end up actually killing him. And then it seemed like JAEDONG was actually going to be able to bring it back a little bit. But then STORK able to get it done in the end.